So several times since I've been learning another language, I have marveled at people who come to the United States and learn English without any formal instruction. Because I know that I would not have been able to do Spanish without any formal instruction. I am privileged enough to be able to pay to go to classes and to learn from teachers how to speak another language. But people come to America all the time and they don't. And today I experienced another thing that was just super frustrating and that people probably have to deal with all the time when they go to America and they don't speak English. I just enrolled for driving school here, which is notoriously hard, like because of the bureaucracy and the way it's set up to make money. And the United States does not have a agreement with Spain. So even though I've driven for well over 20 years and I taught people how to drive it when I was in the military, I have to start from the beginning like I have never driven. So I logged into my theory class today to learn about the theory of driving, and it's all in Spanish, which is fine. I speak Spanish. And they said, it's your first day. Here's the Google Doc. I opened the Google Doc. It's 30 something pages. So it takes me a few minutes to figure out where they are. I figure out where they're at and I'm like, okay, well, he's talking about these things on this slide, but he's not like going off of this. It seems like he's looking at something else, and he is occasionally typing and he's like looking at something, and he's reading off questions, and the other students are like answering these questions, like saying it's A or it's B. And I'm like, I don't have anything with questions and answers where I can pick from the answers to tell you which one is correct. So I asked in the chat, are you guys looking at something other than Google Doc? And the teacher responded to me like basically saying, I told you in the beginning, which is not helpful, right? And then another student said, oh, I think she's only looking at the Google Doc. She's not in the classroom. To me, that indicates that they are in another location other than the Zoom that we are on, which he's not presenting at. He's just, all you see is his face. So that to me means they're looking at something else. They're in like some other room or app or something that I don't have, right? So I look everywhere in my email. I look in the Google Doc. I don't find anything that is helpful to give me an idea of where they're at. So I waited till the end to not be disruptive, and I asked again, and he basically told me this is a driving class and not a technology class. You guys, I quickly left because I was going to say some very inappropriate things if I did not leave that Zoom. But I speak B2 level Spanish. I could understand things he was saying and I can follow along. How in the world do people ever do things like this if they don't speak the language at that level? And then how do you ever speak the language at the appropriate level if you can't afford to take a class and learn? I am just amazed at people who are able to do these things just because they're like, motivated, or they're intelligent and they're able to learn, or they're just driven to learn because they have to, because of the circumstances. Because I'm very privileged and I'm still struggling and having these really negative, bad experiences while trying to do this. The dogs started barking in the middle of that video, but the whole point is be nicer to people who are not perfect at speaking the language. They are trying. Even if they know the language and they're struggling, it's not because they're stupid. Be nice to people when they are trying, even if they're not perfect.